Meet Carla. Carla loves men, or so her mom thought. Her mom got more worried about Carla after she didn't settle down with a man and have a bambino at 25, 30, or, oh my God, 40? Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Please help support independent journalism like this by doing me the huge favor of watching the entire video. It's like donating 5 cents to me. So if you watch the entire video, it would help me out directly. I'm having a huge financial problem right now. Let's continue. Then Carla called Mama. Mom, I can't quit, but I don't want to work anymore. I thought you loved your job. You used to march in the street to get such a good paying job. Where's all your money? I'd have already retired if I made as much money as you. Mom, I have expenses, Carla said. She couldn't quit because she has to keep up her lifestyle, but she no longer wanted to work. Is it the men at work? No. Is it a toxic environment to work in? No. Mom was up on the lingo of the day. In fact, the men at work no longer speak to the women. There's a company policy to eat lunch in silence and don't sit with the opposite sex. Even married people at work are scheduled at different hours with different days off, which works for them because there's always somebody home with the kids. In fact, the men and women work in different laboratories with female supervisors over the women. It is basically everything Carla used to march for. No, Carla wanted to quit because she didn't want to work anymore. She remembers great-grandma, grandma, and her mom really didn't have to work. Mama worked part-time just to keep busy after the kids were in school. When she got older, she switched to part-time stuff working at home. Carla's mom asked, Bambina, do you want a husband and kids now? You're kind of old for that now. No, Carla just wanted to quit. The number of women aged 20 and older not in a labor pool according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics has soared from 40 million in 2000 to nearly 49 million today. Another 315,000 called in quits last month. The participation rate of women in the workplace has dropped from a high of 60.7% in 1999 to just 58.8% today. By contrast, some 72.5% of men are either working or looking for a job. Most tend to identify 2 categories of workplace dropouts. The first includes young mothers who are not highly educated and therefore not likely to earn enough to pay for childcare. Economically, these women are better off staying at home. The second, and more problematic, group, according to women's advocates, consists of highly educated women who drop out or opt out when they have children, even though they have the skills and income necessary to hire childcare. This latter bunch has economists and feminists alarmed for different reasons. A recent study by Joni Hirsch, professor at Vanderbilt Law School, makes that case. She looks at female graduates of our top universities, those presumably who have the best shot at shattering the glass ceiling, quote unquote, and finds that once they have children, they are more likely to quit their jobs than are women who graduated from less selective schools. Quote, although elite graduates are more likely to earn advanced degrees, marry at later ages, and have higher expected earnings, there's little difference in labor market activity by college selectivity among women without children and women who are not married. But the presence of children is associated with far lower labor market activity among married elite graduates. Most women eventually marry and have children, and the net effect is that labor market activity is on average lower among elite graduates than among those from less selective institutions. End quote. The number tells a story. Overall, Hirsch reports that 60% of women who graduated from our top schools are working full-time compared to 68% who made it through less prestigious institutions. Married women without children from top schools are 20% points more likely to work full-time than those with children. The difference for graduates of lesser schools is 13.5% points. Perhaps most astonishing is that only 35% of women who have earned MBAs after getting a bachelor's degree from a top school are working full-time, compared to 66% from second-tier schools. So, as Hirsch argues, if only a little more than 1/3 of the best C-suite candidates continue to work after they have children, it is not surprising that women are not showing up more often in corporations' top ranks, which is what the women advocates have been supposedly fighting for. This is not the only study that indicates our best and brightest females are voluntarily bowing out of the workplace. Stefania Albanese, economist with the Federal Reserve, published a paper last year showing that college-educated women often leave the workforce with their husbands' earnings surpass their own, allowing them to retire without the family taking a big financial hit. Between 1993 and 2006, the number of college-educated women in the labor pool declined by 0.1% per year, after growing at 2.4% per year from 1976 to 1992. The result was a loss of 1.6 million workers. Albanese attributes the change to sharply rising compensation for educated workers. In 1975, college graduates were paid 43% more than those without a degree. In 2008, that premium had soared to 92% for men and 70% for women. Albanese concludes that these women simply do not need to work, as their income has become less important to the family. She says the decision to retire has little to do with children, since many women bow out long past the baby stage. So Carla came up with a scheme to stop working. She went on to date after date, taking the men home each night. She learned to do makeup at an expert level, and she could look 10 years younger. One night in bed, the tape came off her face. The young engineer man left in horror. Finally, Carla got pregnant, but before she could even tell the guy, she lost the baby. Her girlfriends at work cheered. Carla was angry. No, don't you see this was my way to get out? Her girlfriends didn't understand. She used to march in the street to get this job. She, like them, were all about girl power and female empowerment. The future is women. Her date found out the story. He spread the story around Facebook and named her specifically because she had sworn up and down she was on the pill and there was not a chance in the world that she could get pregnant. And now she had tried to trap him and other men by having a baby and demanding child support to get an early retirement. When her female supervisor found out Carla was trying to throw in the towel at work and intentionally wanted to keep a child, she got her fired within the month. Please subscribe to the channel. Please thumbs up or thumbs down. It means the same thing. You're interacting with the video, and I love interaction. And leave a comment. I read all of your comments, by the way, even if the comment is two months down the road. Thank you all for watching.